Star Wars Return of the Jedi is one of those movies that feels permanently baked into the plastic shell of a VHS tape, the kind with a faded cover slightly smudged from being played too many times. This was the movie that felt like coming home after a long adventure. A New Hope had that scrappy magic, The Empire Strikes Back had this cold shock of growing up and way more darkness, but Jedi Return always felt like the reward for sticking around in this long and epic journey.
An epic of heroes and villains. An adventure as vast as the universe. Return of the Jedi.
Jabba's place alone feels like something pulled straight out of a kid's imagination. It's grimy and weird and packed with creatures that look like they smell bad and designs that only make sense in a practical effects world. The lighting is dim and everything feels dangerous in a fun way. Watching that sequence on VHS always felt slightly forbidden, like you were peeking into a darker corner of the Star Wars universe that the earlier movies only hinted at.
Size noodles in the Rebo band. Jabba the Hutt action playset sold separately from Kenner's Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection.
Luke in this movie meant a lot to me growing up. He's calmer, quieter, more serious, and there's something about that black outfit that felt like a signal that things had changed. He's not the wide-eyed farm kid anymore, but he's not hardened or cynical either.
Jabba, this is your last chance. Free us or die.
He carries this mix of confidence and sadness, like he already knows how the story has to end. Even in its big, crowd-pleasing moments, there's an awareness that this is the last time we're going to see these people like this. The Ender stuff gets joked about a lot now, but I always had a soft spot for it. Those forest scenes feel like the kind of adventure you'd stage in your backyard as a kid, running between trees with sticks for blasters.
During the hours of darkness, the Empire could be refueling for the attack. Will the armored Sentinel transport vehicle be ready to retaliate? Will the rebel force be strong enough? Only you can decide with Star Wars toys.
The Ewoks, especially in that fuzzy, slightly degraded VHS look, never felt out of place to me. They felt handmade and earnest, like someone genuinely believed in them. There's a rough charm there, and it fits the tone of a movie that isn't afraid to be fun and a bit ridiculous at times. Then there's the Emperor's throne room, which still feels heavy and oppressive in the best way. The shadows are deep and the whole thing plays out like some dark fairy tale. Vader is just standing there like a statue, conflicted about what's going on and what he has to do, while the Emperor is leaning in with that quiet cruelty.
There is no escape, my young apprentice. The Alliance will die.
I feel the good in you, the conflict.
There is no conflict.
On my tape, the blacks always crushed a little, making everything feel more claustrophobic, but it added to the tension. You could almost hear the VCR struggling to keep up with the darkness.
If you will will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
What really makes Return of the Jedi special to me is how openly emotional it is. It's not afraid of redemption, forgiveness, or big sincere moments. Vader's turn especially always felt incredible to me. Watching this terrifying figure finally choose something human was special because villains almost never actually get any sort of redemption arc or forgiveness. There's no grand speech here spelling everything out, just a choice made at the right moment after a long and well-made build-up.
If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed.
It feels earned because the movie took its time getting there, letting the weight of everything settle naturally. On my VHS, the crackle of the audio and the slight blur of the image made that moment feel more intimate, like it belonged to me alone in my living room. The ending has that soft, glowing finality that only 80s blockbusters seem to understand. It feels like the kind of ending you sit with for a minute after the tape clicks off, the TV screen going blue, while the VCR rewinds with that familiar mechanical whine.
Just for once, let me look on you with my own eyes.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have.
There's a sense of closure that feels personal, like the filmmakers were saying goodbye too. When I think about Return of the Jedi, I think about rewinding tapes, about worn out pause buttons and watching it too late at night with the volume turned down so no one would tell you to go to bed. I think about that soft blur that made a galaxy far, far away feel closer somehow. That's the version that lives in my head, imperfect and warm, full of little flaws that only make it better. It's a movie that wears its age proudly, and every time I revisit it, I'm right back there, sitting on the floor, staring up at the screen, believing in it completely.
Speeder Bike E-Watt Combat Glider, Assault Catapult, and action figures sold separately, only from Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection.